Here we go. We've got 5 lights now. Ahead of the drivers, it's lights out and away we go. Jerri gets a good start, but the Red Bull alongside him now, pulling alongside Chris, gets ahead into turn 1, but he's going to have to defend now. Coming down this back straight, it looks like Jerri has got the overwhelming pace here on this back straight at the moment. It's going to be almost 3 abreast coming down to this hairpin right now, as Jerri now retakes the lead of the race here. And behind, it looks like we've got Knee as well gaining a few positions, as well as Go-Goat there, who's managed to hold on to that second place at the sector line. So the top 3 at the moment looks like they've all stayed the same, as well as P4 Chris right there, but they're battling away behind Jerri at the moment. Jerri forming a little bit of a gap right now to the cars behind him. He definitely needs to try and pull that gap right now, or he's not going to be able to defend against a whole gaggle of cars with DRS right now. As coming down to the chicane right now, it looks like ASM's managed to gain some positions there. Is everyone going to keep it clean through the chicane? It looks like everyone has managed to keep it clean at the moment right now. But it looks like Jerri is the race leader. Outgut now moves up to second place here, trying to hold off the likes of Go-Goat right now. But right now, it looks like Alka here. He's having a really good run right now. He's coming down to pull alongside the driver who's second in the championship here. So we got a little bit of lag, but Alka now takes the lead of the New York Grand Prix. Go-Goat there has lost a few positions as well. Chris as well with the DRS. Looks like he's managed to try to pull ahead. And he has managed to get the lead now off of Alka here. So the championship leader was leading for a few seconds there. And now he can't quite hold on to it there, as now it looks like Chris here is now leading the way by quite a fair margin here now. Alka is currently just holding off Jerri right now for second place here. And it looks like the ASM's lost a few positions right now. Honestly, you should stop talking. I'll unban him after this race. Right, now coming down to the first corner here, Outguts managed to take the lead. He's got 8 tenths over Jerri, who's just set the new fastest lap of this race with a 106.7. He's going to get DRS now off of Outgut, who's going to be under attack right now down this long back straight. It looks like we've got Knee as well in there. I don't think that is Knee. I think Go-Goat is right there, challenging for position. No, he's not. That's Chris there actually. As Alka goes a little bit deep, that's not made him get the best exit there. Jerri now has managed to retake the lead with the help of that DRS. So the DRS is really helping the drivers to keep going back and forth for positions at the moment. As we're entering the middle sector right now, Jerri just about holds on to this lead right now, just sets a purple middle sector. Alka now is going to be under pressure from Chris as well here. As what has happened, ASM has crashed at a very weird spot there actually. How has he just crashed there? Well, that's going to be a safety car then. As Jerri though is your race leader then, but unfortunately for the top 3 right there, Go-Goat, from everyone from Go-Goat down is going to be able to come into the pits here. Senna stays out for track position. Kazoo as well stays out for track position. So at the moment the order is Jerri, Outgut and Chris, your race leaders at the moment. So there's Jerri and Outgut now. They've come into the pits. Who's gonna get the fastest stop? Outgut switching to the hard tires. Jerri, I think, having a little bit of a slower stop there. It's a bit laggy right now, but it looks like Jerri coming out ahead just about of Chris here. So Jerri, I think that Senna actually now inheriting the lead of the race, I believe. So the order I think is Senna, Jerri, Chris, and then Outgut. Looks like there's quite a bit of lag though. Chris at the moment trying to overtake Senna. I don't know if he should be doing that, but right, so are we coming in this lap? Okay, nice. Right, now here we go onto the safety car restart. Senna hasn't pit stopped yet in this race on a set of medium tires. He's coming round now to the final corner. He can't go underneath 80 kilometers per hour, but besides that he can go as slow as he wants, and now he's pulled the trigger and he's making his way now onto the main straight. It's going to be green flag now. Coming down to the first corner, we've got Senna, Chris, Jerri, Outgut, Kazoo, Gogot, Ni, Cyvip, and AMW, as well as Stealthy. That's your top 10. But coming down to this back straight now, everyone behind Senna here is going to get a dose of DRS. That's going to be very helpful to try and close up to the cars ahead. Jerry's definitely going to get a DRS, and he might have a little look right now at Chris. He's trying to have a go around the outside, couldn't quite get it. He sets a new fastest first sector, so that's how powerful that DRS is here. Off the safety car restart, he still managed to set the fastest first sector. He's now pressurizing the Chris here as we make our way through to the middle sector now. Jerri now is trying to fight with Senna here, who's lost the position now, and Senna now is under attack from Chris, who does get through. So Jerri now is back into the lead of this race. He's got a warning in that middle sector though, so he's gonna be trying to avoid getting that at least 2 more times in this race. As Senna now is trying to defend against Chris here. He's actually managed to retake that position, but he's gonna have to try and hope he gets DRS down the back straight to try and defend against that Red Bull car that is looking pretty quick in a straight line as well. But Jerri at the moment has set well, what would have been a fastest lap, but he had a warning, so it doesn't count, as Chris now does have DRS. Senna as well though has DRS, but Chris, you can see, he's got a little bit more straight line speed. He's having a look for the lead. It's 3 abreast as Senna goes way off the track there, but he keeps it out of the barrier, as Jerri now trying to defend from Chris right now, making our way through to the middle sector. Jerry's lost a lot of time without that DRS here, and coming now through to that middle sector. I think he might have gotten yet another warning there, and that's going to be very costly for him. And indeed, he has got another warning. I'm not sure if he has 3 already, but he definitely at least has 2. He taps the wall there actually. Definitely feeling the pressure right now from Chris here. Chris is giving it everything right now for this lead of this race, as we make our way now through to the next lap of this race. It's lap 11 of 29 now, crossing the line, and Chris at the moment 6/10ths back from Jerri here. Senna a further second back, and then Alcott is right on Senna's tail as well. And the 3 drivers behind Jerri will all be getting a dose of DRS down this straight. You can see Chris closing in and closing in. He's trying to have a little look soon, as behind we've got Senna as well, who's closing up the gap. Jerri now is trying to hold on to the position, but not for much longer. Chris is now has retaken the lead of this race, but Jerri having a go down the inside. He's managed to make that move now, and he's now retaken the position. So Jerri and Chris here squabbling for this lead of the race. You can see that Jerri taking a much more conservative line through that corner this time. So he is just trying to make sure that he doesn't get a 3rd warning in this race, which will result in a penalty from the game. As we are making our way now through to the chicane, Jerri and Chris still side by side. You can see though Alka behind as well as Senna. They're closing in as these two are fighting away for this lead of the race. At the moment, the lead is just over 3/10ths to Jerri as your leader. Chris in second, Senna in third. So the top 4 covered by just 1.5 seconds at the moment. So currently Jerri just about holding on to the lead. Chris though, he's pulling alongside the Red Bull driver. Now takes the lead of the race, but here comes Senna as well, trying to have a go round the outside. Can he pull it off? It's going to be the old switcheroo for him, but he's not going to be it, because Jerri just about holding on those soft tires, which will definitely be degrading a little bit faster than those mediums on Chris's and Senna's car. But it looks like Jerri now has managed to use that grip to take the lead of this race again. Sets a fastest middle sector once again right now, and Senna has dropped back a little bit more, but he's actually pressurizing Chris here, as Alka behind on the hard tire is right there though, only a second back from our race leader Jerri. So that DRS is definitely playing a huge role at the moment, as it's side by side across the line between Senna and Chris now, making our way through to the first corner. They both will be getting a DRS, I think, from Jerri, and yes, there's Senna opening his DRS, as well as Alcott and Chris. They'll be closing in on Jerri ahead of them once again, and it looks like unless Jerri can somehow pull a second gap or more to the others behind him, he's just gonna keep having to defend this once again. Senna going very deep there, might have to concede the position to Alcott right now, because Alcott is looking for a move. He does manage to make it through. Our championship leader now is trying to go for second place. He's alongside the Red Bull of Chris, having a little twitch on the exit of that corner there, as Alcott is trying to press it on, and he does get the move through. So Alcott now moves up into second place. But that fighting though has managed to help Jerri a little bit, who's now pulling a little bit more of a gap right now. He's managed to set once again another fastest middle sector here of them all, as we cross the line once again, and the gap now 1.2 seconds. So that battle between Alcott and Senna here has very much helped out Jerri, as Gogoat has actually set the fastest lap of the race there. But at the moment, Alcott has got that DRS once again, despite being 1.2 seconds back. Probably a little bit of vision lag that had to play a role in that. Chris as well will be getting DRS, as we come down now to the middle sector here. The gap now, look at that, it's close now just to 0.4 of a second here. So that DRS is really helping out here Alcott right now, to try and stay in contention to Jerri, who's on a tire that's 2 steps faster than Alcott's right now. The gap though has now gone back up to 0.6 of a second. Chris has now dropped back a little bit from this fight here, as we make our way now through to this final corner here. Jerri is really trying to pull a gap right now, but he just can't seem to do it against Alcott right now. who's probably just trying to protect those tires at the moment, while he's sticking right behind Jerri at the moment, as Gogoat once again setting another fastest lap of this race right now. So Gogoat's pace is not looking too bad here. He's on the mediums as well. And he's going to be trying to chase after Chris at the moment. Does Alcott have DRS? No, Alcott doesn't have DRS. I think he might have been too close for DRS actually. Chris as well doesn't have DRS though. So that's interesting though, as there was a lot of lag there, as you can see. But Jerri at the moment is still your race leader, as we've just crossed halfway distance in this Grand Prix right now. And Alcott is losing some time right now though, and he's now falling back into the clutches of Chris soon, if he keeps going on at that rate right now. Jerri at the moment, his lead 9/10 of a second as we cross that middle sector line, going through the chicane right now. Jerri's lead has actually shrunk even more somehow. Alcott has managed to somehow close that gap even more. He's somehow finessing this hard tire strategy, as Gogoat now is unfortunately disconnected. So that's not going to be points for the GOAT then, unfortunately, today in New York, where he got the front row yesterday in qualifying. So that's very disappointing for Ferrari. They're going to have to hope that Mercedes doesn't score too many points today in Pikachu, as the gap crossing the line was half a second though between Alcott and Jerri. Chris as well lurking in the background, trying to have a little sniff at where he can make a move. Alcott though has managed to close that gap now, just 0.2 of a second. Oh, Jerri going very deep there, nearly slamming into the wall. I think the tires are going off right now for Jerri, as now Alcott going to go side by side, can't find a way through though, so he stays behind in second. But the gap right now, top 3, just a second. Those tires for Jerri definitely not feeling great right now. He's gonna be struggling a lot for grip right now, as they make their way now through the chicane, coming down to the final corner. Alcott is right on the gearbox of Jerri. It's gonna be side by side between the drivers, top 2 in the championship right now. Crossing the line, it's a 10th between them as we come now down to the first corner. Jerri is just trying to hold on at the moment, but I think those soft tires, they're costing him a whole lot of pace right now, as Alcott is going to be probably sailing through alongside, and now Alcott takes the lead of the race, and Jerri now falls down to second place with 12 laps left in this race, and Chris is just right behind Jerri as well. So Jerri, I think, is definitely going to be coming into the pits shortly at this rate, with the tires going off this quickly. Behind the Razors actually just set a new fastest lap on the mediums as well, so he could still be a threat in this race later on. That's now the gap in front 1 second though. Alcott's hard tires somehow are doing him a really good job right now. Look at that, his tires are only 3% worn at most on each of his tires, and that right rear is looking really good as well. But meanwhile Jerri's tires already down to 80%, and he is coming in to the pits right now, as Alcott has set a new fastest final sector, so those hearts definitely still feeling really good for him right now. But Chris might get DRS. I don't think he will. He will actually somehow. So he's managed to just about close in enough. As meanwhile Jerri coming out of the pits on the medium tires, so that's Jerri committing to the end of the race right now. But he's gonna have to try and close up quite a big gap to Alcott if Alcott's tires are only going are still going so well at the moment. There's a front wing there actually in that at that corner that you just saw. Not sure whose wing that is. It might have been BB Queen's. I'm not too sure though. But at the moment the lead 1.5 seconds to Chris. Chris is losing some time now to Alcott. So those hearts are looking really good here this afternoon in New York right now. But it's still a long race to go, and anything could still happen here today. Meanwhile though, let's check on Jerri. Jerri currently sits in 10th place, 16.1 seconds back from Alcott. He has set the fastest middle sector though, so Jerri's pace looking pretty decent out here on this outlap right now. Let's see how much that gap's gonna close though. Now crossing the line, let's see, 15.8. He sets a new fastest final sector as well right now, which is pretty solid for him. We've got a actually really close fight going on now for 4th place. This is, look at this, we've got 6 cars in there from Cyberp all the way down to AMW right now. as Sivit now is trying to hold off Pikachu here, who had a really good run there actually, down that back straight. He used that DRS to really good effect right there, and he's now trying to get past the McLaren driver here. He has got Ethan and Stealthy as well right on his tail, making their way now through the twisty section of this middle sector. It's currently still Sivip just holding on to that 4th place at the moment. Pikachu is going to be hot on his heels though. It looks like, I think there's Knee right there actually. No, that's Pudge. No, that's Ethan. I'm sorry, Ethan's Alfa Romeo really looks like a Ferrari there. But he's just gone a bit deep there. Oh, Ethan has a penalty, so that's Ethan's race has completely gone out the window. There's Jerri, who's gonna make his way past on his fresher tires. So Jerri moves up now to 9th place. He's lost some time though actually to the drivers in the lead, to Alka in the lead right now. His gap now has gone back up to 16.5 seconds. Maybe the lack of DRS is causing that. As what's happened to Alka? Oh, Alka's frozen on the track. He's somehow 10 seconds ahead now of Chris. Alka's internet there definitely taking a tank here. He's now fallen back behind Chris here. I'm not sure what Alka's internet is doing here, but he's losing. He's toppling all over the place on the leaderboard right now. He's gonna need to try and hope that Wi-Fi can hold on for the rest of this race at least. But his internet, I think Alka might be out of this race here. He's not even moving. Is the championship leader here, set for a DNF here in New York right now. He's still frozen on the track in that final sector. He's losing positions all the time. It seems he's gone right now. He's currently just fallen out of the points. This could be a prime opportunity here though for Jerri to score some big points over Alka in this race. Somehow he's still in the server, I don't know how. Well, and there we go. So Alka, our championship leader, has just disconnected from the New York Grand Prix. And that means Chris here is your new race leader, as Razor now is suddenly elevated up into 2nd place here with that. As now Chris comes into the pits here, Razor as well is now into the pits, so maybe that's why actually Jerri lost so much time according to the board, as it looks like everyone is coming into the pits. Stealthy though as well is actually into the pits. No, he's not. Stealthy is stayed out. Sivip as well looks like he stayed out, but everyone else has come into the pits, so I believe Jerri here might be in a net P3, I believe, because he's got Sivip and Stealthy ahead. But Jerri's tires looking pretty decent at the moment on those mediums. He has got Razor right behind him there. Is that Razor? No, that's not. That's, I think, AMW right there behind him, yeah. Has AMW stopped yet? No, he hasn't. So AMW is yet to stop right now. He's got to try and hold off Chris though. Actually, no, Chris is already past Pudge right there. But Chris now is on the soft tires, you can see. So he's going to be rapid right now for the rest of this race on those soft tires. But they will degrade far quicker than Jerri's mediums. But they will be faster for the time being. Currently Sivip and Stealthy as well, they're battling for the lead of this race, but they both have yet to stop, I believe, in this race. Maybe besides the safety car period, as AMW and Ethan are now into the pits. But you can see right now, we've got about 4 cars in about 5 seconds of each other for the top 4 at the moment. As Razor's just at the fastest final sector. He looks like he had a really slow pit stop though, so that's cost him quite a bit. As Sivip now just about holds off Stealthy down this back straight. But Chris, meanwhile, he's managed to try and use that DRS to good effect. He's now trying to go for the lead of the net lead of this race right now. He's alongside and now ahead of Jerri. So Chris now moves up into 3rd place, but it is the net lead of this race, as Jerri now falls down to what is a net 2nd place in this race as well, as Chris went fastest in that first sector, he went personal best in the middle sector as well. So these two are really closing in though rapidly on Cyvip and Stealthy ahead. They both surely are going to come into the pits though. Cyvip might not though. He is on the hard tires, so he could technically go to the end of this race. The safety car window is closed quite early here on lap 24 of this race right now. Meanwhile, Stealthy's tires though look a little bit in better shape than Cyvip's. You can see that Cyvip's front left is on 86%, Stealthy now on 90% on that front right. Front left. As Moto has disconnected as well. What's going on here? We've got Alka who disconnected, Senna who disconnected. I think Moto might be the next one to disconnect then. As now look at this, we've got a three-way battle for the lead soon. As Stealthy now is under attack from his teammate Chris right now. Chris here is trying to have a look. Can he make it through? Cyvip as well has lost a huge chunk of time. Chris, is he gonna go for 2 for 1 here? He is. And Chris now takes the lead of the New York Grand Prix as Stealthy just cuts the entire chicane there. And he's cutting all over the place. And he's just served his penalty now. But he's going to be way off from the lead of this race now. But Chris now does take the lead of this race. That's confirmation. Cyvip though looks like he's really struggling right now. He's got DRS though off Chris. That'll help him to try and defend from Jerri in the AlphaTauri right behind him right now. Can Jerri try to get past Cyvip? He should do it relatively easily here. West Cyvip, there he is. He's still just about ahead actually. Somehow Cyvip's now 4.6 seconds ahead. Don't think that's right there. As there's I think BB Queen being lapped right there by Chris. So that's already pretty early for well, not pretty early, it's unfortunate for BB Queen. As currently though, Chris leads by 1.1 seconds to Cyvip, so that's right there. As now Jerri is trying to have a look here to get past Cyvip. Can he make it through? And yes, he can. So Jerri now moves up to second place. Cyvip though trying to fight it back, but he definitely can't. So Jerri moves up now to second place. He'll try to keep up with Chris, who's only half a second ahead though, on a set of soft tires as well that are definitely wearing out far quicker than Jerri's mediums. You can see Senna there weaving about on that straight there. You can't do that too much right now. As Jerri though is getting a huge DRS. He's gonna be closing in right now. He's got the better tires at the moment in this race here. He's gonna go down the inside. Jerri takes the lead of this race, and he's now going to try and pull away now. He's got to try and hold on to it now though, through this middle sector here. Can Chris get him back? Yes, he can. Chris now retaking the lead, but Jerri once again just about having the better pace through that corner, and he's managed to get it back. But Chris once again now takes the lead of the race. Both of them are just battling for about half a lap right now since the back straight. Cyvip meanwhile behind, he's just an onlooker to all of this, trying to keep up with this fight. I don't know if he can though. He might still be able to pull a DRS on the back straight. As currently it's side by side once again. Jerri's trying all the tricks in the book right now to try and get past this Red Bull driver. As we go down this main straight, we've only got 3 laps left in this race, including this one, and this could be a fight to the death here. Razor as well behind. He's closing in really quickly on those soft tires. He's just set the new fastest lap of this race as well. As now Jerri is right on the rear wing of Chris right now. As we make our way now through to the middle sector, Jerri is edging forward, but is he going to be able to hold on to it this time? Making our way through the left-hander, right now through the right, through the left, and now once again Jerri takes the lead, but Chris again just about managing to take the lead here. Jerri now retakes it as coming through the chicane though. Jerri had a little bit of a snap there, just about kept it off the wall. But Chris right now, he looks like he's losing some time here. I think those tires for Chris there might be going off right now. Look at that front left, 82%. He's lost a huge chunk of time right now on those tires. As Chris though will be getting a DRS now down this back straight. Let's see if he can close in on Jerri ahead right now. He's gonna need to try and use all that ERS and DRS now down this back straight here. And to be honest though, Jerri doesn't need to win this race. As long as he finishes second, he's in the lead of this championship. But of course, He's a racer. He's going to be trying to go for gold right now, because if he wins this race, at the moment he'll be scoring 25 points over Alcott, and that will put him in the lead by 12 whole points going into Greece and Abu Dhabi. As now Jerri leads by not sure how much, because somehow Chris is tied on the leaderboard with Jerri, but that's clearly not the case on our screens here, as Jerri now coming down to the final corner here, and AMW has crashed. The Audi team boss then is out of this race, and he'll have to hope that Kazoo can do something in this race to score some points. He is currently just about in the points, but he's going to have to defend against Bali as we come now to the final lap of this race. Jerri here, he's got the lead by half a second now as we make our way down to the final few bits of this first sector. But how is Chris actually even tied with Jerri right now on the board? Right, so Jerri currently, he is leading this race. He's coming round to the final corner now. Well, I'm not sure what's going on with the leaderboard, but Jerri now is going to come across the line and win the New York Grand Prix and take 25 points over Alcott and take the lead of the championship. Chris comes home in second place, Razor in third, Stealthy finishes in fourth, Sivip in fifth. Nee is gonna come home in sixth place unless Ethan, no, BB Queen actually that is, who's coming past. Well, Nee is gonna finish in sixth place, but we're gonna have to check the footage to see who else has even finished this race here. So Jerri wins the New York Grand Prix, followed by Chris in second, Razor in third, Stealthy in fourth, Sivip in fifth, Nee in sixth. And in the Drivers' Championship then, Jerri now retakes the lead of the championship, followed by Alcott in Williams on 146, Romza in third for Audi, falling behind. And in the Constructors' Championship, AlphaTauri now extend their lead to 70 points over Williams in second and Audi in third.